The story of Kin and his discovery of the alien entity hidden inside a meteorite has captivated the world for weeks. Millions of people have been watching his updates on social media, following the saga of the strange black substance that appeared to be alive and growing. From the moment he first revealed the meteorite, the story spread rapidly across the globe, with many speculating about whether this could be humanity's first direct contact with something extraterrestrial. Now, in what appears to be the final chapter of this extraordinary tale, Kin has announced that he intends to destroy the entity tomorrow. His words have surprised his followers, igniting debates and speculation about why he's decided to do this. The fascination surrounding Kin's posts was not only due to the substance itself, but also the sense of danger that came with them. Kin claimed that strangers had approached him, some offering to take the meteorite off his hands, others warning him that keeping it was unsafe. Many of his followers interpreted these encounters as proof that powerful forces wanted the entity silenced, possibly to prevent the public from ever knowing the truth. This only fueled speculation that Kin was uncovering something far greater than even he realized. Now, in one of his latest posts, Kin has revealed that he intends to end the life of the entity tomorrow. His announcement has set off a storm of reactions online. Millions of people are weighing in, with some begging him to reconsider, while others warn that his plan could have disastrous consequences. His declaration is direct and resolute. He has seen enough and feels it is too dangerous to let the creature exist any longer. Those who oppose his plan argue that the discovery is too significant to destroy. They believe the entity should be studied, preserved, and handled by experts who can determine what it truly is. To them, Kin's decision risks erasing one of the most important discoveries in human history. They warn that if the entity is truly alien, it could hold knowledge about life beyond Earth, knowledge that should not be wiped away so suddenly. Others, however, fear that Kin's decision might not be as straightforward as he claims. Rumors are spreading online that instead of destroying the entity, he may release it into the wild. These posts warn of devastating consequences if the substance is let loose into the environment. Many fear that if it spreads uncontrollably, it could upset entire ecosystems, potentially threatening plant, animal, and even human life. To them, the idea of it being released into rivers, forests, or cities is terrifying, and they beg him not to take such a risk. Speculation about what will happen tomorrow is at an all-time high. Every corner of social media is filled with theories, arguments, and desperate pleas directed at Kin. Some claim that his announcement is a ruse, meant to distract those pressuring him to hand over the meteorite. Others think that he is acting out of fear, overwhelmed by the responsibility of being the sole guardian of something so powerful. No matter the interpretation, it is clear that millions are waiting anxiously for his next move. The story of Kin has been more than just viral entertainment. For many, it has raised profound questions about humanity's readiness to confront the unknown. His videos are not simply clips of strange goo. They represent the possibility of contact with something entirely foreign, something that does not fit within our current understanding of biology or technology. Watching him grapple with the decision of whether to protect, destroy, or release it has made millions reflect on what they themselves would do in his place. Kin's saga also highlights the immense pressure that comes with discoveries of this scale. He is not a scientist in a laboratory, nor a government official with teams of advisors. He is a lone individual who happened to stumble upon something extraordinary, and now he finds himself at the center of global attention. His every move is dissected, his motives questioned, and his actions debated by people from all walks of life. In many ways, his struggle mirrors humanity's larger struggle: how to handle knowledge that could change everything we thought we knew. As of today, the black entity remains locked inside the safe, growing and shifting in ways that continue to baffle viewers. Kin has not revealed how he plans to destroy it, only that tomorrow will be the end. Whether he intends to burn it, bury it, or use some other method remains unknown. But what is certain is that his announcement has turned his saga from a mystery into a countdown. Millions are watching, waiting, and wondering if this truly will be the final chapter. For Kin's followers, this development confirms their suspicions. A cover-up may already be underway. The warning to keep the entity out of the hands of those who might weaponize it suggests there are already competing interests circling his discovery. Some see Kin's situation as a replay of countless historical cases where strange phenomena were quickly absorbed by authorities and never spoken of again. This time, however, thanks to social media, the world has seen the entity with their own eyes. Kin's videos continue to show the dark substance within it and its unsettling growth patterns. The material has been described as moving with intent, stretching and branching as though it were exploring its environment. Some viewers insist that it is alive in a way that cannot be explained by chemistry alone. Others believe it to be a form of advanced material, possibly self-replicating technology. Whatever it is, its connection to an interstellar traveler makes it far more than a curiosity. The timing of this revelation has only deepened the intrigue. The message linked Kin's find to Atlas precisely as it enters the inner solar system, raising questions about whether what fell in Panama was a piece of this object, a precursor, or even part of a larger event. Some speculate that the meteorite was intentionally deposited, a form of seeding or delivery, while others suggest it broke away naturally. Either way, the suggestion is the same. Humanity may now be interacting with material not just from another planet, but from another star system entirely. For Kin, the stakes could not be higher. He is a single individual thrust into a situation that seems beyond comprehension. His decision to continue sharing updates, even under pressure, has made him a symbol of transparency in the face of secrecy. Yet with warnings now tying his discovery to interstellar objects and hints of greater cosmic significance, the risks he faces are immense. Hundreds of thousands of people have now followed his account, turning his updates into a global spectacle. Some firmly believe that Kin has stumbled onto one of the most important discoveries in modern history, proof that extraterrestrial life has made its way to Earth. Others are convinced that the black goo is not organic at all, but a type of advanced material created by civilizations far beyond our technological understanding. Still, there remains a vocal group that insists the entire event is part of a cover-up, that the hazmat teams will eventually seize the meteorite and the alien entity, erasing all public trace of it. One of the most haunting details Kin shared is that, since moving the entity into its new container, he has noticed it producing faint vibrations. He described how when standing near the box, he could feel a low hum resonating through the floor. The sound was not loud enough to capture on his camera, but he said it was powerful enough to make the air around him feel charged, as though static electricity were building up. This detail, combined with the rapid growth and movement of the substance, has caused even more speculation that the alien material might possess energy-producing capabilities. Photographs and videos of the hazmat suits have only added to the intrigue. Some users claim to have tracked their vehicles to a restricted area on the outskirts of a Panamanian city, while others insist the individuals were seen talking to locals before quickly disappearing. To Kin, these sightings confirmed what he had feared, that there are people actively searching for him and the entity. He revealed that he has since moved the container once again, keeping its location secret even from those closest to him. As the days go by, the sense of urgency in his videos has grown. Kin has admitted that he feels the pressure building, not just from the entity itself, but from the unseen forces he believes are closing in. Despite this, he remains committed to sharing updates with the public, saying that the world deserves to see what is happening before it is hidden away. His videos are now filled with comments from viewers urging him to stay safe and to never stop recording, no matter how dangerous the situation becomes. The global fascination with Kin's story lies in the sheer strangeness of it all. He is not simply telling a story, he is showing raw footage of the black entity, of its growth, its movements, and now the increasing presence of outsiders. Every clip is dissected by online communities searching for clues, analyzing shadows, sounds, and shapes in an attempt to piece together what is happening. For many, this is the closest they have ever come to witnessing a real-time encounter with something beyond our world. What makes the situation all the more compelling is the uncertainty of what will happen next. With the entity continuing to grow inside its container, and with hazmat teams reportedly on the ground, it feels like a race against time. Kin's followers fear that it is only a matter of days before the discovery is taken from him and the truth buried forever. Others hold out hope that he will be able to outmaneuver those seeking to silence him, preserving the evidence long enough for the world to understand its importance. Kin's followers have watched his updates with a mixture of awe and mounting dread, and a clear consensus has emerged among many. A cover-up is expected to unfold within days. The logic is simple and persuasive to those paying close attention. An object falls from the sky. It leaks a black, mobile substance that grows and responds to stimuli. Cameras capture it. Hazmat-suited teams are photographed arriving. The sequence, to devoted watchers, reads like a rehearsal for removal and suppression. For Kin's audience, the arrival of hazmat personnel was the clearest turning point. Before that moment, the story had the shape of a backyard oddity, a viral curiosity. Once the images of protective suits circulated, the narrative shifted towards state interest and institutional control. Fans point to historical precedents where unusual materials, technologies, or phenomena were quietly collected by authorities and then disappeared from public view. Those cases, real or rumored, feed the expectation that the same pattern will repeat here: containment, transport, and an official silence that quickly hardens into forgetfulness. Online, the reaction blends fear and strategy. Some insist Kin should scatter copies of his footage widely so that the truth cannot be erased. Others urge him to share physical samples with independent labs or trusted academics. A vocal minority prepares for confrontation, planning to live-stream any attempted seizure so the world can witness it in real time. The underlying assumption in every plan is the same. If institutions try to take the object, the only defense is transparency and public attention. That belief, more than anything, explains why Kin's posts now attract tens of thousands of simultaneous viewers, people who hope their presence will act as a protective force multiplier. Rumors about who wants the substance and why proliferate in tandem with practical proposals. Some followers say national security agencies will argue the object is hazardous and must be taken for public safety. Others frame the intervention as corporate, laboratories and private contractors eager for a lucrative contract to study and weaponize whatever the goo might be. Still others describe a more dramatic scenario in which secretive groups seek to control a material that could rewrite biology or material science. In fan chat rooms, the theory that an orchestrated removal is imminent is shared as both warning and call to action. A mysterious CIA document has surfaced, detailing the existence of 4 basic types of extraterrestrial biological entities that have been confirmed through classified research. This revelation has sparked intense speculation and debate, as the document suggests that these entities have played a significant role in shaping scientific and technological advancements. The extraterrestrial biological entities are categorized in descending order of their influence on human studies, indicating that some species have had a more profound impact than others. The document implies that these entities have been under observation for an extended period, with intelligence agencies closely studying their behavior, capabilities, and potential interactions with humanity. While the specifics regarding their origins and intentions remain undisclosed, the classification system hints at varying degrees of influence, possibly linked to their level of technological advancement or their role in human history. The release of this information has led to discussions about the extent of governmental knowledge concerning extraterrestrial life. If accurate, it challenges long-standing beliefs about human exclusivity in the universe and raises profound questions about the nature of existence. Here is the translated text from the document. There are 4 basic types of EEBs so far confirmed, and they are listed here in descending order of their influence on our studies. Earth-like humanoids. There are several variations more or less like ourselves. The majority of these are old, friendly, and are the bulk of our EEB contacts. Most have a high degree of psychic ability and all use science and engineering of an advanced nature. Small humanoids, or greys. The greys, so called for the hue of skin possessed by most of this type, are a sort of drone. They are not unlike the worker ants or bees. They are a type of genetic clone, incapable of reproduction. With little or no independent will, they are mostly under the psychic control of the Earth-like humanoids who raise them like pets. A detailed explanation of this cultural oddity and its role in the form of space travel these EEBs employ is addressed elsewhere in this briefing. Assuming the greys are under benign control, they are harmless. Non-humanoid EEBs. These are in several classes and come from worlds where dominant morphology took a different evolutionary course. Many of these are dangerous not for organized hostile intentions, but because such creatures do not hold human life as sacred. To them, we are animals, despite our intelligence. A few are friendly because their cultures forbid all acts against living creatures. Thus far, contact has been minimal, with only a handful of unfortunate encounters. Transmorphic entities. Of all the forms of EEB studied so far by Operation Majestic, these are the most difficult to understand or even to give a description of. Essentially, such entities are not beings or creatures. Transmorphic entities exist in some other dimension or plane, which is to say not in our space or time. They do not use devices to travel in space. Only once has a member of a contact team been privileged to be present when introduced by an Earth-like extraterrestrial biological entity to a transmorphic entity. In essence, these entities are composed of pure mind energy. They are not unlike ghostly spirits and seem to be only curious about our universe. They are said by other extraterrestrial biological entities to be capable of taking on any physical form that they channel their energy into as matter. The mysterious CIA document detailing 4 types of extraterrestrial biological entities has garnered significant attention from those who have examined its contents. Numerous individuals who have studied the document assert that it serves as compelling evidence of humanity's understanding of these entities and their advanced technology. Their testimonials suggest that the information presented is not speculative, but rather an indication of the extent to which these beings have been studied and observed. The document implies that the government has long been aware of these entities and has engaged in systematic research regarding their origins, capabilities, and potential implications for human civilization. The consensus among those who have reviewed the document is that it confirms a long-standing familiarity with extraterrestrial life and their technological advancements. For years, reports of unidentified flying objects and strange aerial phenomena have been dismissed or labeled as misinterpretations of natural occurrences. However, this document appears to provide validation that such occurrences are not only real, but have been subject to classified investigations. The fact that these entities have been categorized in descending order of influence suggests a level of organization and understanding that extends beyond mere speculation. This structured classification hints at extensive research and ongoing analysis of these beings, which has been kept hidden from the public eye. For those who explore uncharted territories and delve into theories of hidden knowledge, this document is seen as a revelation. It suggests that authorities have been aware of the existence of unidentified flying vessels for an extended period and have withheld this knowledge from the general public. The secrecy surrounding these discoveries raises important questions about the reasons behind the lack of disclosure. A prevailing belief in modern times is that the era of absolute secrecy surrounding unidentified phenomena has passed. As technology advances and access to information becomes more widespread, the public has grown more skeptical of official narratives that dismiss unexplained sightings. This has led to increasing demands for governmental transparency regarding their knowledge of unidentified objects. People are no longer willing to accept vague statements or outright denials. Instead, they are calling for concrete evidence and official acknowledgement of what has long been suspected: that extraterrestrial entities have not only visited Earth, but have been observed and studied in depth. The reluctance of officials to acknowledge awareness of these enigmatic objects is often attributed to concerns about public reaction. Some argue that revealing the existence of advanced extraterrestrial beings could incite fear, disrupt societal order, or challenge deeply ingrained religious and philosophical beliefs. Others believe that governments may be withholding this information to maintain a technological advantage. If these entities have shared or inadvertently revealed elements of their technology, it is plausible that such knowledge would be safeguarded to ensure that no other nation gains an edge in scientific and military advancements. This secrecy, while frustrating for those seeking the truth, may stem from concerns about global security and the potential consequences of widespread disclosure. The release of declassified UFO files has sparked widespread discussion and speculation. Many believe that these disclosures are not random, but are part of a deliberate effort to prepare the public for an eventual revelation about extraterrestrial life. The slow trickle of information, combined with statements from former government officials and military personnel, suggests that there may be a long-term strategy at play. Rather than suddenly announcing the existence of intelligent life beyond Earth, some argue that authorities are gradually exposing the public to the idea to prevent mass panic and ensure a smoother transition into a new understanding of our place in the universe. The idea that governments have been withholding information about UFOs and extraterrestrial encounters for decades is not new. Since the 1940s, reports of unidentified flying objects have surfaced from military pilots, radar operators, and even astronauts. These reports were often dismissed as misidentifications, weather phenomena, or classified military technology. However, as time passed and more credible witnesses came forward, skepticism surrounding official explanations grew. The declassification of numerous government files, particularly from agencies like the CIA, Pentagon, and other intelligence organizations, has only fueled this belief. Many of these documents reveal that government agencies took UFO sightings seriously, even as they publicly downplayed their significance. One of the most compelling reasons people believe these files are being released in preparation for disclosure is the shift in how governments are addressing the phenomenon. In the past, discussions about UFOs were often met with ridicule, and those who reported sightings were frequently dismissed as unreliable. However, in recent years, high-ranking military officials, intelligence officers, and even members of Congress have begun speaking more openly about the subject. The process of preparing the public for a groundbreaking revelation is not without precedent. Governments have historically used controlled releases of information to introduce sensitive topics in a way that mitigates fear and resistance. When groundbreaking discoveries challenge existing worldviews, gradual exposure can help people adjust to new realities. For example, advances in space exploration, such as the discovery of exoplanets within habitable zones, have made the idea of life beyond Earth more scientifically plausible. While once considered fringe or science fiction, discussions of alien life have increasingly entered mainstream academic and governmental discourse. Some believe that the declassification of UFO files is a strategic effort to normalize the subject before making an even more significant revelation. One of the biggest concerns surrounding UFO disclosure is the potential societal impact. If an official announcement confirmed the existence of extraterrestrial intelligence, it could have profound effects on religion, politics, and global stability. The knowledge that we are not alone in the universe might cause existential distress or even fear among some populations. Governments may worry about economic disruptions, shifts in power dynamics, or even challenges to national security. By gradually releasing information and allowing people to adjust to the idea, officials might be attempting to mitigate these risks. The more people become accustomed to discussing UFOs and considering the possibility of extraterrestrial contact, the less likely they are to react with fear when confronted with undeniable evidence. Skeptics argue that the release of these files does not necessarily indicate an impending disclosure. Some believe that governments may have other motives for declassifying UFO-related documents. One theory is that these disclosures serve as distractions from other political or economic issues. By diverting public attention toward UFOs, authorities may be able to shift focus away from more pressing concerns.